Hi everyone, today I am going to talk about a topic on eutrophication. First, we will see the introduction. Eutrophication in Greek is eutrophos, that is, well nourished or hypertrophication. This process may result in oxygen depletion of water body. Eutrophication is often induced by the discharge of nitrate or phosphate containing detergents, fertilizers, or sewage into an aquatic system. It includes either pond, lakes, or rivers, etc. Eutrophication can have serious effects like algal blooms that block sunlight from getting into the water and harm the plants and animals. When a body of water becomes overly enriched with minerals and nutrients which induce excessive growth of algae. The mechanism of eutrophication. Eutrophication is due to oversupply of nutrients, especially nitrogen or phosphorus, which leads to overgrowth of plants and also algae in aquatic ecosystems. After their death, bacterial degradation of their biomass results in oxygen consumption, thereby creating the state of hypoxia, that is, reduction in the dissolved oxygen content of water ecosystem. The primary limiting factor for eutrophication is phosphate. Phosphorus is generally promotes excessive plant growth and decay, favoring simple algae and planktons over other plants and causes a severe reduction in water quality. The sources of these excess phosphates are phosphates which is present in detergents, fertilizers, industrial and domestic runoffs. Cultural eutrophication. Cultural eutrophication, this is a process that speeds up natural eutrophication because of human activity. Due to clearing of land and building of towns and cities, that is industrialization, land runoff is accelerated and more nutrients such as phosphates and nitrates are supplied to lakes and rivers. Extra nutrients are also supplied by treatment plants, fertilizers, the farms, that is mainly fish cultivating farms, as well as the untreated sewage in many countries. Eutrophication in lakes. When algae die, they decompose and the nutrients contained in the organic matter are converted into inorganic form by microbes. This decomposition process consumes oxygen, which reduces the concentration of dissolved oxygen. The depleted oxygen levels in turn may kill the fishes and a range of other effects that reducing the biodiversity. Nutrients may become concentrated in an anoxic zone and may only be available again during atom turnover or in conditions of turbulent flow. The dead algae and the organic load carried by the water inflows into the lake settle at the bottom and undergoes anaerobic digestion, releasing greenhouse gases like methane and carbon dioxide. Some part of methane gas is consumed by anaerobic methane oxidizing bacteria, which in turn works as food source to the zooplanktons. Algae enhances the dissolved oxygen by releasing oxygen from photosynthesis during the sunshine and consume oxygen by emitting carbon dioxide from its respiration during the absence of sunlight. Adequate dissolved oxygen availability in water bodies is very crucial for fisheries production and elimination of greenhouse gas emissions, especially during the absence of sunlight in eutrophic water bodies. Enhanced growth of aquatic vegetation or phytoplanktons and algal blooms disrupts the normal functioning of the ecosystem, causing a variety of problems such as lack of oxygen that is needed for fish and shellfish to survive. Process the water becomes cloudy. That is, the color will turn to shades of green, yellow, brown, or red. Next, we will see the ecological effects of eutrophication. Mainly, there is the increased biomass of phytoplanktons. The phytoplankton mass will rise, and the toxic phytoplankton species may also emerge. An increase of zooplanktons may occur. Increased biomass of benthic and epiphytic algae. Benthic means bottom living and epiphytic means the attached forms. Changes in the macrophyte species will occur, and due to these activities the water transparency will decrease due to the turbidity. Changes in color and smell of water bodies will occur. Depletion of dissolved oxygen may take place. Increased incidence of fish death occur frequently. Reductions in harvestable fish and shellfish may occur. And now we are going to discuss about the control measures. In the past, the traditional eutrophication reduction strategies, it includes the alteration of excess nutrients, physical mixing of the water, application of powerful herbicides and algicides have proven ineffective and also expensive and impractical for large ecosystems. Today, the main control mechanism is based on prevention techniques, namely removal of nutrients that are introduced into the water bodies from the water. It would be sufficient to reduce the concentration of one or two main nutrients, especially nitrogen and phosphorus, in particular phosphorus, which is considered to be the limiting factor for the growth of algae. Improvement of the purifying performance of this wastewater treatment plants by installing tertiary treatment system can reduce the nutrient concentrations. Implementation of effective filter to remove the nitrogen and phosphorus present in the runoff water can be made by using phytopurification plants, and the reduction of phosphorus in detergents can be made. Rationalization of agricultural techniques through proper planning of fertilization and use of slow release fertilizers. Use of alternative practices in animal husbandry to limit the production of wastewater. Thank you.